Good evening, everybody. Hearty welcome to the sixth Vibrant Asian Symposium. I am Dr. Aparna Pradhan, the host for this session. Let me first thank Mr. Manoj Krishnan, who invited me to coordinate the session. And I must congratulate him also and his team for starting an online quarterly journal, the Journal of Asian Art, Culture and Literature, to promote Asian art, culture, and literature. This journal was started by Asian Literary Society in 2020, and it provides a platform where scholars, academicians, and professionals share their profound knowledge on Asia, its countries, and their rich heritage. Today, we have with us uh, people who have contributed towards the journal: Mrs. Nivedita Roy, Ms. Amrita Chatterjee, Preeti Warrior, and Amrita Malik. They have beautifully penned articles related to Asia. A very warm welcome to all the panelists of the session. I begin the session with introducing the panelists. First, Amrita Malik, born and brought up in Calcutta, has done MA in English and BEd from Calcutta University. She has been a school teacher but presently a housewife. Reading and writing are her hobbies and passions. A very warm welcome, Amrita.
Thank you,
Hello.
ma'am.
A very warm welcome, Amrita Malik.
Thank you, ma'am.
Uh, Next panelist, Nivedita Roy. She is a teacher by profession, teaching English language in an American curriculum school in the Kingdom of Bahrain. She pursues writing as a passion. A bilingual author and a poetess, she has co authored seven anthologies till now. Her first solo book, Gallery de Heart, a collection of English poems, was released in 2020. She often hosts book talk shows and poetry recitals on a couple of platforms on Facebook. A very warm welcome, Nivedita.
Thank you.
Our next panelist is Preeti Warrior. Preeti, please unmute your mic. She has done a master's in economics in electronics engineering and works as a assistant professor in an engineering college in India. She is one amongst the winners of Times of India Right India campaign season 1 for the famous author Anita Nair. She has won 4 prizes at Asian Literature Memorial Award 2009 and 2020, both the years. A very warm welcome, Preeti. My next panelist is Amrita Chatterjee. Amrita Chatterjee, a trained Hindustani classical vocalist, a profound homemaker, she was teaching in her early years. She loves to explore herself through her writings. Her works feature in several anthologies and has authored a book, My Book of Poems. A very warm welcome, Amrita.
Thank you.
So, these were
Good
our
evening.
panelists.
Good evening and warm welcome to our lovely, beautiful host. It's the opportunity that I introduce her to the panel and to the viewers here. Dr. Aparna Pradhan, doctorate in zoology, is an artist, a freelance writer, and a poetess. She has published articles in leading newspapers and magazines. Her poems have been published in international and national magazines, Hindi and English anthologies. She has won the following awards, and the list is quite long. So bear with me. She was part of the world record of longest painting recognized by the Golden Book of World Records. Recipient of Annual Wordsmith Award of Excellence Hindi Poetry in 2019. Recipient of Indian Women Achievers Award 2020 Arts category by Asian Literary Society. And she is the recipient of the prestigious Spandan Award of Excellence in Arts nationally by Spandan Global Art and Cultural Foundation in December 2020.
Thank you so much, Nivedita, for such a wonderful introduction. Thank you so much. So now we begin a session with the art. I will ask all my panelists to give a brief account of the articles they have written in the journal. And those who are interested in reading the journal, they can log on to the site of Asian Literary Society. And please do read the articles, wonderful articles. Here we will give you a brief account. My first question is to Ms. Amrita Malik. Uh, there is a great influence of Asian civilization on Cambodian art, culture, and etiquettes. Thus, the unique Cambodian culture has been formed by influx of different religion and invasions. Although Western civilization have influenced the country, it predominantly observes traditional norms and decorum. Please tell us something about your article, the social customs of Cambodia.
Actually, the Asian civilizations have been basically peaceful. So, hence, the Cambodian culture has easily adapted that influence. It has been sustainable to its local cultures. And then the folklores, the songs, the variety of cultures that we get from other civilizations, especially Buddhism and Hinduism, they can be easily retold, can be understood, modified, and applied to the contemporary cultures of Cambodia. And most importantly, it is this violence and hatred is not there. So they have been easily applied that culture and they are still sticking to that culture.
Very nice. And we will come back to you with other questions also. And now I move on to Nivedita. Nivedita has written an article on a land of tradition and hospitality. Lebanon, known for its beautiful landscape, is also becoming famous for its cuisine. It has become very popular in Middle
Yes.
East, and also it's gaining a popularity in India. So we would like Nivedita, you to tell us something about your article.
Okay, thank you, Aparnaji, for inviting me. So it is a beautiful country, a small yet beautiful country tucked on the shore of the Mediterranean Sea. Lebanon always boasts of its culture and food heritage. Lebanese food is most popular these days, and I'm sure if you have all tried in India, it is available in some of the very metros, some posh restaurants, and you must have heard words like hummus and tabbouleh. So these things are gaining a lot of popularity, and especially in the Middle East, as I reside here, so I can vouch for that. It is favorable for vegetarians and non-vegetarians both. And as I said, it's gaining a lot of popularity all over the world. And I have witnessed a lot of liking in the Indian soil for it. And Lebanon's diverse culture is a result of its influence of various religious, linguistic, and socio-economic groups. So
Okay.
that's why family, kinship play a very important role in Lebanese social relationships. And food is a very important part of their social relationships. They pay a lot of attention to their food. Thank you,
Okay.
Aparnaji.
In fact, I'll tell you, I have a great liking for hummus and I prepare it at home also. It has really gained a
Good
lot
to
of
know.
popularity.
Thank you.
Now we move on to Preeti. Preeti, your article, Time Travel to 6,000 Years into the Past, really took me back to my school days when we used to read about Indus Valley civilizations. It was only through the books we learned what Harappan and Mohenjo-daro civilizations were. And you were very fortunate in visiting two of the Harappan civilizations. Please tell us something about your article.
Thank you, Aparna ma'am. So I was fortunate enough in November 2019 to visit two of the sites when we visited Gujarat. So the first one was Lothal. Lothal is like about 2 hours drive from Baroda, 120 kilometers from Baroda, in between Ahmedabad and Baroda. So it's very strategically placed. And as soon as you enter the site, what you see is a huge water body. And that is the famous dockyard of Lothal because Lothal was a port city. Lothal was the
Okay.
main connection from, I mean, for the Harappan people based in north of India to the outside world, to the Arabian Sea. It would open to the Arabian Sea, and people used to trade there. There used to be seems small and large ships actually taking, I mean, merchandise from Lothal to Sumer, Mesopotamia, and vice versa, like that. So I mean, even in the, I mean, every site over there has a museum as well and a film they show. So they have shown that it was a trade hub, very cosmopolitan, very fashionable. I mean, from the seals and from the ornaments that are stored in the Lothal Museum, you can see they have used gold there is metalware, there is ivory, and small figurines of women wearing headgear and different very stylish dresses. And so it seems it was very cosmopolitan, very inclusive of all cultures. And Lothal, apart from all that, Lothal also has a citadel and a small residential part below, a great drainage system, and everything is so well organized. Citadel in the center, and then on one side you have shops which are so symmetric. I mean, you can see the rectangles drawn, the boundaries drawn, which would have been the shops perhaps. And then on one side you perhaps have the residential areas which are circular. So there might have been huts shaped like that in circles. And far end of Lothal, you find a ground which was perhaps the burial ground. You find charred pots over there and a few graves. So that must have been their graveyard, wherein there is a skeleton which has been excavated, skeleton of two people, a male and a female, which is there in the museum. Perhaps they followed Sati. We don't know. They are not very sure. Lothal has been nominated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And the next place that I visited was Dholavira. Dholavira is like 280 kilometers from the Great Run of Kutch, pretty far away, a very sleepy small village. But the site is like, you know, a visual treat. As soon as you go there, you see a massive gate, huge gate with bricks, which has stood for like more than 5,000 years, and there's not a single brick which has come out. That's an engineering marvel in itself, actually. And there's a parchment, huge parchment, which welcomes people to Dholavira, but that has not been deciphered. Nobody has been able to decipher those symbols. And then you have a big, huge citadel there for the rulers and the court. And again, there's an arena on one side. I mean, everything is so well managed. It's a total different direction altogether. So people would have enjoyed sports and music, and there are seating arrangements like we have now, all layered. And on another side, you find there are huge you could say underground reservoirs, maybe, but that's far removed from the sea, perhaps for dry storage, maybe for grains and pulses. That's what the guide told us. And closer to the sea and the water, you have well, a huge, very huge well. I mean, that seems to have been their drinking water reservoir, from where every family would have fetch water so that there is water conservation. So, I mean, I couldn't believe that 5,000 years ago, people were so innovative and, you know, so intelligent to come up with rainwater harvesting, conservation of water, the bricks which don't get heated at all. They remain cold in that time as well. And then of course Harappa also has its figurines of mother goddess, so maybe they followed that the statue deity kind of culture. So, and you have the Pashupati seal, there are stamps, and there are figures of women and bearded men. So that gives an idea of what kind of people would have been there, what customs they would have followed, or what fashion. So, I mean, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw all that. I guess there should be a lot of promotion of tourism. Everybody should go and visit these. Mohenjo-daro is also there in Pakistan, Sindh province. Again, a very huge set of land with Pashupati seal, and the Great Bath is in Mohenjo-daro, which is not in India. Yeah, so
thank you so much for telling it to me and other viewers also about these civilizations. And I am really looking forward to visit these after going through your article. Now we move on to Amrita Chatterjee, who has written an article on Singapore Soars in Splendor. Amrita, Singapore, like everybody knows, is a small country, but it is one of the leading countries in Asia with highest GDP per capita, most clean place, very well disciplined people, and lot of tourist influx. Can you please tell us something more about Singapore that you have written in your article?
Thank you, Aparna. So Singapore is a very small nation, as we all know. It is also known as the Republic of Singapore. Though it's a very small nation, it has made significant strides in all fields like education, finance, tourism. And the city has also names like, it's also known as the Pine City, the Garden City. So it is named Pine City because even for the smallest of offenses, or dirtying the place or the roads or the public places, people have to pay a fine for that. So it has earned the name of the Fine City. And also it is also known as the Garden City because of the lush gardens that are found everywhere in the city. So apart from the tall towers and the buildings, there are also lush gardens that decorate the city. And it also is, the name Singapore comes from two Sanskrit words, Simha and Pura. Simha means lion in Sanskrit and Pura means city. So it's also a very big a leading financial hub in Asia.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Uh, it's really a pleasure that you all have written articles on varied subjects and beautifully explained. As when I read your article, it was as if I am revisiting Singapore. Thank you so much.
Aparnaji, do I have the permission to now invite you to share some beautiful tips from your beautiful yet concisely written article? I should congratulate you on that, about
Thank you so
herbal
much.
tea. So I just wrote a line as Amrita was talking that, herbal tea, first of all, other than that it is related to Ayurveda and has strong roots in our own country, it has become a very fashionable, hot cup that binds relationships. May it
Absolutely.
be official meetings or could be a date, or it's like
Absolutely.
I have my dream that whenever I visit Goa, I and Aparnaji might have a cup of herbal tea on
Absolutely.
the beach. So,
This
so
time
Aparnaji,
I will serve you when you come to Goa.
okay, till you could visit me. So Aparnaji, tell us something about herbal tea, the way you
Yeah,
had
sure.
perceived your article.
Okay, thank you so much. I have written an article on herbal tea, a cup of good health. Since herbal tea, as you all know, is a tasty and a healthy way to feel refreshed. And it has been in our Ayurvedic system for ages because of the medicinal properties of the herbs, and they have been using for various ailments uh, the different parts of the tree or plant. Herbal tea, you will all be surprised to know that herbal tea is not a true tea in the real sense.
Mm,
Aren't you surprised?
I am.
It doesn't come from a real tea plant.
Mm,
Infusion and decoctions are made by using herbs other than the tea plant. And herbal tea is also known as tisane. And tisane, you use different parts of the plant, such as leaves, flowers, seeds, fruits, barks, roots. These are all used to make tea. So the tea is either made by decoction or by infusion. Infusion means you just pour boiling water over the tea leaves, and decoction means you really have to boil it for quite some time. Yeah. So you may use a single herb or you may use a blend of different herbs. And the health benefits that the tea has, it uplifts your spirits, promotes energy and wellness, and it also helps achieve you calm, relaxed state of mind. And there are certain herbal teas which can easily put you to sleep, very sound sleep, like chamomile tea. So it also strengthens your immune system, detoxifies, de-stresses, relaxes, and refreshes. So I have written an article on this, and other details are there in the article. See, because of the time constraint, we have to be very precise. Thank you so much. Now again we move on to Amrita Malik. Amrita, since you have mentioned in your article the great influence of Asian civilization on Cambodian art and culture, Buddhism and Hinduism have considerably influenced their art and culture. Can you please elaborate on this? How the Buddhism and Hinduism have really played an important role in their lives, day to day lives?
See, in the Cambodian culture, the hierarchy of relationship is maintained, be it in the office or in the home. This hierarchy, the eldest should be respected, should be treated first, and then the younger comes in. That is maintained. So in dining, for example, in table on the table, while they are eating, the eldest is eating first. He's beginning, and then the others are joining him. Second is the greeting. The greeting Sampya gesture is like our Indian Namaste, and it is differs according to the respect given. So for the higher, for the seniors, it is a the bow is a little deep, while the hands are taken to a bit higher level. And the same goes, say, with respecting the monks as we respect our Brahmins. So, the same way, most importantly, the homes or in the temples, the shoes are kept outside. They maintain the decorum, the silence, and they prefer to sit down in front of the monk and talk to them. The gap is maintained. And even in the gift giving, they are also first the younger ones use both the hands to give the gifts, while the elder ones can gift them with one hand.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
That's really something like, our Indian culture and
Yes,
tradition. We
yes,
also
ma'am.
give due respect to the elders in the family. We touch their feet.
Yes, we just
If
bow
you are not
down.
just doing namaskar, we touch their feet
Mhm.
also to blessing. So similar way, the people of Cambodia also follow the tradition that are being followed in India.
Yes.
Very much similar to that.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now Nivedita, everybody looks forward to a cuisine, isn't it?
Yes.
Especially when it is a tasty meal. So
Yeah.
I want you, like you, as you mentioned, from mouth-watering hummus to the national treasure of kibbeh, Lebanese dishes have found their way into every food lover's heart and stomach,
Very
even
true.
in mine also. Huh? So please tell us something about your article about whether the cuisine is health oriented, or
Mhm.
it is only taste oriented, or it is taste and health both.
Both. All right. Thank you, Aparnaji, for your question. Actually, Lebanese cuisine is characterized by a healthy mixture of herbs and vegetables, fruit, olives, olive oil, laban. So, how we call in India, chas, is in the Middle
Okay.
East, we call it laban or yogurt.
Ah, okay.
Rice and khubz. Khubz in Lebanon, in Bahrain, the country that I'm living in, we call it khabous, the
Mhm.
roti, the flatbread.
Okay.
So meals often consist of a selection of shared dishes. It will be presented all at once on several small plates. So they
Okay.
include hummus, stuffed grape leaves, pickled vegetables. You will be surprised that we have pickle, but not the way we do the masala pickle. It's
Hmm.
mostly into vinegar. There
Okay.
will be grilled meats and tabbouleh. Now, this is something I think we all can even make at home. And I will just quickly tell you what are the ingredients of this tabbouleh.
Yeah, yeah,
It is a
please.
salad made from herbs, tomato, onion, bulgur wheat. So, bulgur is something, dear respected panelists, like dalia. So, that's bulgur.
Okay.
Kacha dalia. Lemon
Kacha dalia.
juice and olive oil. So whenever
Okay.
you go to a Lebanese restaurant, if you order a mix or like a la carte, you will
Hmm.
definitely get something called tabbouleh. Then, as you
Okay.
mentioned, the kibbe. Kibbe is their national dish. So it is an oval ball of seasoned meat stuffed into a dough made from bulgur and meat. So, like Aparnaji, we can call it something like a fried gujia, but instead of putting the meat, we are adding
Wow.
some kind of healthy, mince meat into it, and it is
Okay.
the national dish. And a lot of olive oil. So it's not that something that people have this notion that it is Middle East, so it is going to be a lot of non-veg. No, Lebanon is something different. It is this lot more vegetarian. So the wine leads are packed with rice. So basically, I will tell you, it's called like stuffed. The word is dolma. So you stuff
Okay.
something, it's like you are stuffing something. So many things are there, but olive oil is the main thing. So which is
Hmm.
healthy. So I can say that it's healthy.
No, it is healthy because see, olive oil is healthy. Dalia that you have mentioned, they use
Yes,
dalia.
bulgur,
Fruits
yeah.
and salads, again a
Hmm.
healthy option. All healthy things. So it is really taste plus health both.
Plus
And I
health,
think the amongst the desserts, baklava is very famous, isn't it?
the sweet dish.
The Swedish.
But yes,
Ah,
very much, very
very.
much.
It's very delicious, very sumptuous.
Delicious. Yes.
I know. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
giving us a lot of information about the food. And now I suppose it will become more famous Now people who are watching us will definitely like to taste it.
Hope so. Hope so. Thank you.
Yeah. So now, Preeti, we move on to you again. Since you have mentioned about your experience, we would like to know how you can connect. Since you are an engineering student, you have been an engineering student, so you can think in a different perspective. How do you think that Lothal and the other Harappan city that you had visited, drainage system is better in which place? How do
Uh,
they do the water management and other things? We would like to know something about it.
Yeah, so thank you, ma'am. So in Lothal, as I mentioned, is a port city, very close to the sea. So what they used to do, it seems, is that I mean, outside every house, just like we have, there is a drainage, which and all the drainage would flow into one place, far end of the city. They have taken care of that, and then that is very close to the sea. So it washes off into the sea either, or else when there is a high tide, the sea itself washes it out. So that is how
Okay.
they have taken care. I mean, so that everything, all the waste goes into the sea directly. I mean, outside, and the houses are, kind of placed very close to the seaside. I mean, they have thought about all that. And the shops are placed far away from the sea so that the shops don't get wet and perhaps the grocery and all is not affected. And the
Okay.
houses are very pretty close to the sea so that the drainage goes into the sea easily. That is what I saw in Lothal. In Dholavira, it was a totally different system. In Dholavira, what they have done is, especially in the drainage system, all the drainage, because every house seems to have a private bathroom also. I mean, there are indications, a special place where there you can see some drainage going directly underground. I mean, totally several kilometers below the ground, so that it
Okay.
does not affect the health of the people. There is no stinking, and you can see on the side and the drains there are a few perforations at the ground level also. That is to avoid any kind of clogging. So I mean, if there is some clogging somewhere, you can actually open the perforation and repair it. And they have thought about it 5,000 to 6,000 years ago. I mean, rather
So
than going
perfect.
down, so perfect. I mean, there are small holes like that. So everything goes down underground and that is absorbed by the ground itself, all the drainage. And if at all you feel there is a malfunctioning somewhere, outside every house, there's a small square kind of a perforation which can be opened. So I mean, if the plumbers or somebody at that time could easily repair it. And they are so particular in water purification also. We were so very much surprised. They had their water purification system. I mean, so that the drain water and perhaps the groundwater does not get mixed. Perhaps they have done it for that. So, I mean, the well which I was talking about, a huge well they have from where I think people used to collect drinking water. That's the idea they have. So, the well does not have bricked walls. The walls of the well are actually, if you see, very, very minute pebbles, all of them kind of attached together, not huge bricks, pebbles. And
Oh,
why it is? Because from all sides
filtration.
of the river water, yeah, for the filtration. So
Yeah.
the big impurities, at least the visible impurities, can be removed. So that, I guess, at that time they didn't have a problem with chemical impurities, which we are
Yeah.
suffering now. But at
Correct.
least there, for their case, those bigger impurities, because water comes in from the sea or from the ground, so those get removed. The pebbles are very small and the holes are also, perforations are small. So water can flow in, but the impurities stop there. I
Yeah.
mean, this is an engineering marvel. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
unbelievable that they
Absolutely.
thought about it at that time. So I was like blown over, really. And they had rainwater harvesting and groundwater harvesting, different tanks for those purposes. So this is a must-visit place. At that time, as you said, as an engineer, I don't know how they construct bricks like these, which haven't moved a single inch in all these years. I mean, I really don't understand how they came up with all that. Who was their engineer and how they did it? But it is, well, I mean, there's so much for us to learn because they were far ahead of us. In fact, even 5,000 to 6,000 years before, far ahead. Seriously, if they could think of filtration and water conservation, like the
Water
guide told us,
conservation.
yeah, every drop of water was channelized. They took care of that because the land is dry, so they did not expect much rain. So they knew the value of water, that it is very important for us to save water, and that is beautiful, really.
I
That's
wish we all had understood about it
yeah,
and we would have
seriously.
followed it. Here, nowadays, people mostly build something and then they think that they should have planned it like this. But just imagine the marvel 6,000 years back. They were so perfect in planning,
Yeah.
architecture, be it architectural or
Yeah.
water conservation or anything, I would say.
Hmm.
Thank you so much for informing all these details, and it is
Thank you,
really
ma'am.
a very interesting place to visit. And now I would like to know from Amrita Chatterjee. Since you have written an article on Singapore, and lion head is the national symbol of Singapore, could you please tell us something about the legend associated with it and what is the symbolism of this? Amrita?
Thank you. So there is an interesting legend behind the name Singapore. Singapore before was known as Temasek, but it so happened that a prince named Sang Utama from Palembang visited Singapore long back in 13th century. When he visited, he saw a creature resembling a lion. So he named it Singapura. But according to scholars, lions are not natives of Singapore or Southwest Asia. So it must have been an error in identification. But that is how the nation got its name, Singapura.
Okay. And that's really interesting, and I think it
That is the
symbolizes a
legend
lot of
behind
things.
Singapore.
Yeah. What is the
Yes.
symbolism behind it?
The lion head is the national symbol of Singapore. It symbolizes courage, strength, and excellence. It is
Ah,
in
correct.
solid red against a clear white background. That's the national symbol of Singapore.
Okay.
So, no matter what the difficulty, their motto is they will survive, they will persevere, and finally they'll get through that difficulty through perseverance.
Okay. Very nice. Thank you so much. So now, Nivedita, if you want to ask me something about herbal teas,
Oh,
it's my turn
I
now.
am yes, I was waiting to ask you this, Apaniti. In your article, there is something very interesting, but I will just tell you the clue, and then I want you to talk about this. That
Okay.
herbal trees are categorized according to the part of the plant for preparing tea. So this is the most interesting way that you described it. So I want to now hear it from you.
Okay. See, there are a huge area of delectable herbal teas,
Mhm.
but you know how they are categorized? They are categorized according to the part of the plant that is used to make teas. Like
Hmm.
we have leaf tisane.
Hmm.
The example, a very good example is lemongrass. We often
Hmm.
use lemongrass to make tea, or we use tulsi leaves. So
Hmm.
these all tulsi leaves, then lemongrass, then lemon balm. These are all leaf tisanes because they are made with the leaves. And then we have the flowers in the flower tisanes, in which we use the flowers for decoction. Normally, the delicate parts are made by infusion, not by
Hmm.
decoction.
Hmm.
So the flower tisane like chamomilla, rose, hibiscus, all these teas are available in the market. And then comes the fruit tisanes, apple, raspberry,
Hmm.
then some spices which we have been using at home also and has now come in vogue these days, like cardamom.
Hmm.
Typical Indian tea has got cardamom in it.
Cardamom.
It has got tulsi in it. It has got
Hmm.
ginger in it. All these trees, they're combination. So,
Hmm.
spices and seeds, cardamom seeds, the fennel seeds, coriander, caraway, and cumin seeds. They are
Cumin.
all used to make herbal teas. And then comes the Bak Tisanis. For the Bak Tisanis, it is the cinnamon. We
Cinnamon.
often use cinnamon tea. It's in fashion these days, and besides being in fashion, it has got innumerable health benefits. Innumerable. It has been cinnamon, for example, has been experimentally and scientifically also proven that it helps in controlling the diabetes too, sugar diabetes going up. It in fact helps in keeping a control and a check on your sugar levels, plus cholesterol levels, plus triglyceride levels. But it should not be taken in excess because it can cause you acidity, and there are certain uh, I would say safety alerts which need to be followed. Like if you are on a medication, you don't need to take all these teas in excess. Besides excess, first you must consult your physician before taking any herbal tea. Then last comes the root tisane. In this category, we come across ginger and chicory. Ginger, in Indian tea, lot of ginger is used. It's boiled for quite some time. So when it is a bark or a root tisane, you need to boil for quite some time to prepare the tea.
Okay.
So that's how and then you can mix two herbs also. Like if you prepare cinnamon ginger tea, you can mix the two, the cinnamon and ginger both. At times we use that as a mixed tea. So this is how they are categorized according to the part of the plant that is being used.
Yeah. Thank you,
Now
Aparna, because that was so
we are running
interesting.
short of the time.
Yes.
We would, since Preeti, your topic is really very interesting. Hello, Preeti.
Yeah,
We
hi,
would
hi,
like
hi.
you to tell us something about the seal, the ornaments that you had seen there in this
Yeah,
civilization. Please
yeah,
tell us something briefly because we are
yeah,
almost about to end the session in another
yeah.
2-3 minutes.
So in Lothal is where we saw the seals, and the seals have many of the seals are adorned with animals on that, goats, the famous unicorn, and tiger, lion. So the seals, they say, is because since it was a trade town, so they would be sealing all this. Maybe it's the price of the merchandise, or maybe it's the address of the merchandise. Nobody has yet been able to decipher the inscriptions that has been written on the Harappan sites. That is so old
Right.
that the deciphering has not been possible. And the ornaments mainly in Lothal. Of course, there is there in Harappa also, but Lothal seems to have been a very fashionable city. It looks like that because the ornaments vary from gold, silver, ivory, conch shells, so many of them, and they are like beads. And there's a bead making kiln right in the middle of the city. So it shows that people were fond of making and wearing beads like that. So there are small you can see necklaces of layered necklaces. Ladies would have worn that, maybe huge earrings and bracelets like that. So, for the women, and headgear of different types with feathers on top. So, so these are the kind of, I was very much taken aback, really. The seals are big, huge, and they have preserved all that very beautifully in the museum. When you go to the museum, you can actually see that. And the mother goddess seems to have been important in both sides, because there is a goddess
Okay.
and Pashupatinath. Pashupatinath is a very famous seal.
Hmm.
So they seem to have prayed to the fire also. You can see a fire kind of seal in many places, which shows that they were praying to the fire Agni Bhagwan, maybe. So, that is what. So they were fond of their ornaments and their clothing, and they were very particular, I guess, about all that.
Means they
Maybe
were
not like
fashionable.
that, very
They were quite
fashionable.
fashionable.
It seems Aparna ma'am's network has gone. Okay, so let's wait for a few seconds. She might be joining again. So, okay, in meantime, so I would like to give vote of thanks because Aparna ma'am has there's some network issue. First of all, I would like to extend heartfelt thanks to all our esteemed guests, Nivita ji, Preeti Warrior ji, Aparna Pradhan ma'am, Amrita Malik ji, and Amrita Chatterjee ji for your gracious presence. I am truly honored and humbled. In fact, not only I am, but entire Asian Literary Society platform that you all graced out to the occasion. You took time and wrote such a beautiful articles which were quite enriching and enlightening to the wider audience as well. So I would definitely like to especially mention Aparna ma'am for moderating today's session so well and coming up with such good questions which kept our audience engaged. At the same time, I'd also like to thank our audience for their support, and not only to our Asian Literary Society, but all the programs with which we are actually coming up. And the recording of this session will be uploaded on our official YouTube channel soon. So I think Aparna ma'am has come. So thanks again. So Aparna ma'am, I was just giving the vote of thanks. You are mute. So if you want to add something, ma'am, we are not able to hear you. It's okay. It's okay, ma'am. So now it's 7:40, so it's now time to wind up the season. Thank you so much to all of you for your presence and participation. We are so thankful to all of you. Thank you, audience. Bye. Good evening. Good night.
Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank